Next up will be our Mayor Steve Lentz from Mundelein. Steve?
All right, thank you. All right, yeah, I'll similarly ask you to move the slides along. I don't have quite a few, no, we don't need to go there yet, not yet. There you go. Hey, thanks so much for having this event in person. This is awesome. I love the energy coming from the mayors and you know, all the villages, and just so much is happening. I learn something here every year. This is just awesome. And to be honest, and I just had this thought, you know, at the end of the day, we really are kind of competing with each other for home buyers, for businesses when they relocate or locate in a brand new. We are competing with each other. And you know what? Hearing about everything going on in other towns gives me more energy. It's like we're going to go back and ramp it up even more, you know, because at the end of the day, we make each other better, don't we? We make each other better when we have all this, when we all four have this same attitude of driving things forward, making things better. It makes us all better, because we, at the end of the day, there is that element of competition, which is good. I think it's a good thing. So first, we turn to baseball. So. Well, there's good news and bad news. So, and I thought, I remembered somehow that the screen was much larger.
I did too.
Exactly. So, beginning of the year, Mundelein was ranked 6th, and we've lost 3 games, so we've dropped to now 17th, I think. If you go to the next slide, we kind of can see Mundelein drop to, next slide, or you just press down. There we go. Mundelein's ranked 17th. And then if you move further down, the next one, you can see Libertyville's at 34. Now that's in the whole state. So you got to understand, we have a great environment here of travel baseball here in Central Lake County. It's amazing when you look at the great players playing at high levels. But to be honest, and Donna, I almost called you up before we went to the conference games, but hit the next slide and you'll see that we played 2 conference games. Mundelein lost both games to Libertyville, and 2 of our 3 losses came at the hands of Libertyville. So just wait till playoffs, you know. That's what we say every year. That's what happens every year, it seems. So, but I always bring that up because we have a great thing going on in the world of baseball. I wanted to discuss just a few takeaways I want you to have, things going on in Mundelein that are kind of new if you don't already know. Go to the next slide here. I want to talk about our downtown in Park Street in particular. I'll address housing, a pedestrian bridge that's coming to, being built. I'll address public safety and then some events. Just a few things. I really want you to walk away with some knowledge of Mundelein, what's going on that's kind of new. Let's go to the next one. We have, it'll probably turn that top one green. There we go. Next slide. There we go. Let's address downtown and Park Street, and then go to the next slide. There we go. All right, so this is a picture of Park Street in 45. One of the silver linings of the COVID experience was really the requirement that many of our restaurants needed to have outdoor dining. And in Mundelein, at the corner of Lake Street or 45 and Park Street, that was just a perfect place to close the road off and give the 2 restaurants and the coffee shop there full access to the whole road to put tables out there. And so we did that. This is our 3rd year of closing. So right in 2020, we took the effort and did this. We closed the road, gave them full access to the whole right-of-way there, and it was a huge, huge success. They started up open mic nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, and it really turned into a community event each weekend during COVID. Last year we did it for the 2nd year, and we now have agreements with the restaurants, and we formalized the relationship there. And in fact, the village purchased a vacant lot right next to the coffee shop, and we are making some improvements to that, kind of like a mini park. It'll include a gas barbecue, built-in Adirondack chairs, a place for a food truck to come in and participate in the great success going on here. And on a Friday or Saturday night in the summer with great weather, you'll have hundreds of people coming in there with just 2 restaurants, a coffee shop, and a little public park. Additionally, the board made a commitment. You can't really see it, but there are some power lines in the back there. We're going to invest roughly $2 million in that infrastructure, burying those power lines and improving and expanding our village parking lot right across the street. And that will, we feel, attract more businesses, more restaurants, and just more activity going on in that part of town. So that is, when you discuss Mundelein downtown, especially in the summer, the outdoor eating that is coming from this, the outdoor dining, has to be part of the discussion. So that's what's really taking traction here in Mundelein. Okay, let's go to the next one. Housing. Housing's huge right now. There is such a shortage of supply. Prices are going through the roof. And right now, we have 3 national home builders doing business in Mundelein: D.R. Horton, Lennar, and Pulte. I'll talk about all 3 of these. Let's go to the first slide after this, the next slide. This is the old Menards. They're on 60. And that is a picture from many years ago. The properties on the far distant east side have since all closed. And this has been a real ghost town and really our community's greatest challenge for many years. Menards closed, 10 years ago? And it has been quite an adventure to figure out what to do there and to get an investor to come in. And so just a week ago Monday, the board approved the redevelopment agreement with D.R. Horton. And then the next day or two, they closed. And so formally right now, that property is in the hands of D.R. Horton. And so we're very happy with that. Next week, we are going to have a little ceremony and do groundbreaking or demo breaking or whatever you call it. And they're going to start demoing that very soon. And so we're very pleased. They are going to build, on the next slide here, if you could. They are going to build 222 townhomes on that site. And there's going to be a central park in the middle, and then on the far left, on the west side, that's being handed over to the park district. That will be a dog park with a little parking lot up there on the north end. And so we're looking very much forward to having that whole area be completely transformed, and it'll be a whole different look down there. So that's something that's coming down the pike, and its work will begin very shortly here. So we're very happy about that. Now, at another part of town, go to the next one. Oh, that's what these townhomes are going to look like. There's some real good architectural enhancements. Very nice. Okay, the next one. And so out west where Target is, on Route 60, there are 2 developments going on. And just to the northeast of Target, if you were to go into Target by Home Depot and keep going, that is Kessler Drive, named after my predecessor. And that will take you up to the Lennar townhomes up there, and roughly 185 units to the northeast there. And then on the other side of 60, right there across from Target, you have a Pulte development, and that's going to be 192 single-family homes. The townhomes to the northeast are priced in the 300s, and the houses down there on the other side of 60 are priced starting in the low 400s. So you get great value. It's a great location. Let's take another slide. You can just see the townhomes briefly. Both rear and front loaded garages on those townhomes. And then the next slide would take you to the Pulte. 73 homes, and they're selling like hotcakes right now. Low 400s, starting at 1,683 square feet, going to almost 3,400. So great value, great location, and it's great to work with 3 national developers like that. So we're very happy about that going on right now. Okay, let's go to the next one. Pedestrian Bridge. This is a good segue talking about housing. Right in our downtown, across from Village Hall where our plaza is. Let's go to the next slide. You'll see a pedestrian bridge, and it now actually goes over the tracks. So this picture really encapsulates a lot of what's going on in downtown Mundelein by the train station. For a little over 15 years, our board has had a vision of deindustrializing our downtown, which what it looked like was the village purchasing 2 factories, a lumber yard, and a recycling plant, and then spinning those off in other developments. It's been a long road, but the vision is to increase the density of our downtown with apartments. We have, the first building was a condominium building, and that's on the east side of the tracks. To the left there, we're looking to the south. And then the idea is that folks could then live over there in those buildings, and there's 9 buildings planned in total. That means that there's another 5 ready to go, planned for further south. But then they could walk over the bridge and get to the train station, which is just in the distance there. And so what you see is 2 more Cardinal Square apartment buildings going in on the east side. That's the first of 2 going in, each one of them with 90 units. 180 units coming online shortly in downtown Mundelein with that pedestrian bridge. That bridge will be done in the summer. We'll have some sort of ribbon cutting and inaugural walk across it of some kind, I'm sure. But we're very excited about that vision beginning to come to fruition with the density, the bridge coming to the train station, and of course, COVID kind of messed up the train, how many people are riding the trains right now. That'll come back eventually. But the vision will continue, and this is speaking to really the progress that we're having in downtown Mundelein with the density, and the bridge is a big part of that. That bridge costs $4 million. We paid about $400,000. The rest is from grants. 90% of it came from grants at various sources. So there's a lot of money out there for pedestrian walking type things, and we're very happy that we got that money to pay for this. Okay, next. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about our public safety. We have just an awesome police department, and over the years, we can go to the next slide. We can see that when you look at the statistics, Part 1 offenses in the last 9 years has dropped 49%, Part 2 offenses down 63%, and Neighborhood Scout is a pretty well-known site for evaluating locations, and I think for the last 8 or 9 years, we have been in the nation's top 100 safest cities for cities over 30,000 people when you look at it all. We're at number 72 right now. And so we're very pleased with that, and we're cognizant of that. Our police department is. We're very proactive and community-based, community-oriented policing, and so that's something we're very proud of as well. Finally, there's 3 events I'd like you to take away, and we have our array of events like everyone does. We have community days, we have a great art festival, concerts in the park, etc. But there's 3 of them that really draw a lot of people from out of town that maybe not too many other communities have. The first, we have a bicycle race. I'll talk about our beer festival and then our classic car show. So let's go to the bicycle race here. Last year was our very first Mundelein Grand Prix. It's part of the Chicagoland area's Intelligentsia Cup. And this will be on July 25th this year. It's a Monday. Apparently in the circuit of bicycle racing, the Intelligentsia Cup, you start out on a Monday, and as other communities stop doing it, you can move up, and eventually, maybe in 20 years, we'll have a weekend or something like that. But it's on a Monday. It starts at 9 a.m., goes till 8 p.m., and it's free. You can come watch. And these are professional racers from all over the country, some of them from other countries as well. And I'll tell you, it is a thrill to be right up close. You can see the people are right up close. And these guys are riding their bikes, and how fast were they going? 40, 50? 40 miles an hour, and you could be right there, and when you're 3 feet away from them blowing past you and you feel the wind coming by you, it is a thrill to watch. So I'd encourage you to come out there July 25th. It goes on all day, amateur races, professional races, etc. And then, next slide I think just gives the general info. That's fine. That's on our website and everything. But July 25th is the date for that. Okay, next. We have a great beer festival. This will be on June 11th from 1 to 5. Over 40 vendors will be there. And this attracts a ton of people. I think we have capacity is 1,900 or something like that. You can order online, and that's a great event. Our own Tighthead Brewery really sponsors that and drives that. It's right in front of our village hall, so that's something coming up. And finally, if you're into classic cars at all, we have one of Lake County, if not the largest classic car show series, second Wednesday of every month. If it's a good weather day, we'll have 400 to 500 cars out there, right in the middle of our downtown. And there's some amazing cars that come by. It's a huge part of the classic car culture. We call it Park on Park. It's at Park Street in Seymour. And I'd encourage you to come out. We have our old fire truck there, and it's a great time had by all. It's, again, second Wednesday of every month through September, starting about 4 o'clock or so to about 8 o'clock at night. So with that, thank you very much. I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Steve. That was great. Mundelein, you're doing a great job over there, and we're really happy for you. And anything we can do to help you, we're always there to support you.